Northeast Tonight, brought to you by Pius Group of Institution, Guwahati.
Hello and welcome to Northeast Tonight, the show that decodes the region. First, the top of the day at this hour, the headlines. Tug-of-War in Manipur intensifies as BJP wins lone Rajya Sabha seat from state. We have the numbers to prove majority, says Chief Minister N. Biren Singh. State's COVID curve flattening, says Assam Health Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma, as community transmission cases in capital Guwahati on the rise. And days after Galwan incident, Indian Air Force Chief sends out strong message, says India fully prepared to handle any contingency and aware of China's air deployments. Well, now to tonight's debate. The political situation in Manipur at this point is volatile. When most people thought it was the end of the BJP-led Biren Singh government that was supposed to have been reduced to a minority, the BJP candidate won the Rajya Sabha polls held yesterday. The snapping of ties by alliance partner NPP and defections of 3 BJP legislators to the Congress fold and other events was supposed to have reduced the strength of the Biren Singh government to 23 in the 60-member House. The big question is, if the ruling coalition had only 23 members in the 60-member House, whose effective strength is 59 following 1 disqualification, how did its candidate win the Rajya Sabha polls? This brings in the question, was there cross-voting by Congress MLAs? The Rajya Sabha victory is only the first test that the BJP-led coalition has passed. The big test will come when the no-confidence motion takes place as demanded by the Congress and its allies. The NPP, which is a part of the NDA, is with the Congress now in Manipur. NPP leaders in Manipur say that the party's national president Conrad Sangma is aware of the reasons that have led to this situation. And Conrad Sangma, on the other hand, is a key leader of the BJP-led Northeast Democratic Alliance, or NEDA. It's a heady cocktail, actually. Let's look back a little. We have graphics. We'll look at the graphics. We'll look back a little. In the March 2017 Assembly elections, Manipur saw a fractured verdict. The Congress emerged the single largest party with 28 seats in the 60-member House. The BJP was second with 21. This meant the BJP needed 10 more MLAs to be able to form the government, and the Congress needed just 3. But the governor invited the BJP and it could manage the numbers with MLAs joining its fold. The BJP did manage the numbers but had to sacrifice a lot. Now, the ceiling of the strength of ministers in Manipur laid down by the 10th schedule was 12, including the chief minister. The BJP had to give away 7 of the 11 ministerial berths to its alliance partners to enlist their support. Remember, viewers, the BJP had to give away 7 of the 11 ministerial berths to their alliance partners to enlist their support. 4 ministerial berths were given to the NPP, 1 each to the NPF, and Lok Janashakti Party, and 1 to a Congress MLA who defected and sided with the BJP. Therefore, 7 more Congress MLAs which had defected and sided with the BJP later had to remain content with just being MLAs. There were therefore too many people dissatisfied, leading to the present crisis. That in all is the genesis of the current flashpoint that has led to the Biren Singh government to actually face a crisis. To discuss the peculiar political situation in Manipur, viewers, I am joined from Imphal by Manipur BJP President Professor T Kendra, Senior Congress leader and former Manipur Assembly Speaker Mr. Hamid Chandras is also with me from Imphal live. Manipur BJP spokesman R.K. Samarjit is live from Imphal again. I am also being joined by Mr. J Kumar Singh, senior Manipur NPP leader and until recently the Deputy Chief Minister, an angry man today. Top Congress leader Ajay Maken, currently camping in Imphal, is also going to join me soon, and also with me from Imphal is the Assistant Professor of DM University, Dr. Arambam Nani, who is also a well-known political commentator. Gentlemen, welcome to Northeast Tonight. Let me go to you first, Mr. Hamid Chandra, the top Congress leader, former speaker. Mr. Hamid Chandra, Mr. Hamid Chandra Singh, the question is, why are all of you in the Congress extremely upset? Some of you are extremely angry. You have said that the BJP has made a mockery of the 10th schedule. What is the reality? Why are you so upset?
The question of Wasbir, the question of being upset or the question of being, sad doesn't arise at all. In fact, the question is about propriety. The question is about, it's a whole. I think the feeling is about it's despicable. I think it is the darkest. It is the darkest hour of democracy, and it is the darkest day. I think in the annals of the legislative history of the state, and perhaps the darkest moment in the whole democratic, polity of this country. And I think I hang my face in shame to, know that such a thing has happened in my state, which has actually, held pride in our, in our own humble way, although we are a very small state, but I think we have held constitutional propriety.
But Mr. Hamid Chandra, it is very easy to accuse others of indulging in malpractices, indulging in manipulations, but why did your party, some of your party MLAs also behave in the manner they did? Because there are now credible reports that there have been several cross-votings.
No, that that needs to be confirmed. I mean, it is secret ballot, and who's cross-voted, who's not cross-voted is not the issue at the moment.
Right.
I think you'll have other panelists. You've got the BJP people who will be coming into this discussion. The whole crux. I mean, the main. I think the principle. I think the problem at the moment. The main. I think bone of contention is the very fact that the law has been, made a mockery has been made out of.
Okay, I'll come back.
The whole situation.
Right.
The
I'll
whole
come back
concept
to you.
about the malefied, the immorality, the unlawful, the unconstitutional, and the unethical way in which things have come by.
Right.
Engineered by the BJP and people who are the custodians of, the constitution, the law. They have stolen everything. They have I think destroyed the whole fabric.
Okay, I'll come back to you. Let me go to Professor S. T Kendra, the Manipur BJP president. Professor T Kendra, your party candidate won the Rajya Sabha elections last night, and the Congress leaders, both outside this particular panel, they have been saying from yesterday that there has been manipulations by the BJP and they are threatening to take matters to court. What is your response, Mr. T Kendra?
Election was over yesterday. Result was also out. We secured 28 votes and Congress secured only 24. So we won the vote. But they have started saying so many things that it was so many manipulations had been done in the public domain, in the social media, and this print and electronic media. If they are not satisfied with that election, they can go to the competent court, and court will take its own course of action, and court will give the right decision in this matter. Instead of doing that, they are just making hue and a cry, and after having defeated. So I think it is not a proper way to act in such a way. They can go and they can file a case against the election procedure, but they are not doing this all the thing, just making hue and cry.
Right. Professor T Kendra, you know, the opposition met the governor yesterday, Governor Nazma Haptullah, they met yesterday. They are asking for a no confidence motion. The Congress and its allies are saying that winning the Rajya Sabha election is one thing and facing a no confidence motion is another, because in the Rajya Sabha election, the 10th schedule and all are not applicable. They are confident of toppling the Biren Singh government. How do you look at this?
No, that is their constitutional right. They can go to the court, or they can go to the assembly speaker. They can submit that's a representation to have a confidence vote in the floor of the house, and it is their liberty. They can do this all the thing. Nobody said them. Nobody says anything else. They can do it, and when it comes in the proper forum, in the proper place, in the proper time, then it will certainly come to be, say, broad daylight. So they are free to do whatever they like according to law.
Absolutely. Let me take a non-political view before coming back to our other political panelists. Dr. Arambam Noni, professor, assistant professor at DM University, as someone who is as an observer of the political situation in Manipur, do you think this is an extraordinary situation, or as a political observer, you think that these kind of things are very common in politics today? Nobody is bothered about any political ideology and so on. How do you look at it?
Thank you, Wasbir. I think instead of saying that this is extraordinary, I would say it is a brutal phase of politics. And I think from the day when the government was formed, since 2017, it was always difficult for both the opposition party and the ruling government to maintain the stability of the government, because there was already defection of 8 members from the Congress. So the Congress party, which got, as you rightly pointed out, 28 seats in the assembly, could not form the government because there was a defection from the party. And the Congress was expecting their party members to come back to them, but it did not happen so till yesterday.
Right.
Now the point is, from the day one, the government also had a very distinctive problem. The problem was to work out its relationship with the coalition members, particularly NPP. As you know, NPP as a party, which is also in alliance with the Delhi government, they had 4 ministerial berths out of what you mentioned, 12 ministerial berths, which means NPP, all the 4 members had become ministers in the present government. But the question is, even after becoming ministers of all party members of the NPP, the question remains why they were not satisfied. What I fear is that they were claiming they felt that the government was too centralized.
Okay, let's hold on.
Lastly,
let's take this.
The coalition members felt.
Dr. Nani, Dr. Nani, hold your thoughts. Let me take this to Samarjit, the BJP spokesman. Your party president is there. He will speak in details. But Mr. R.K. Samarjit, why did the NPP leave? Because Dr. Nani is making a very valid point. There were 4 NPP MLAs. All of them were made ministers. Still, they were not satisfied. So, how do you respond to this?
See, when the formation of NPP, how far it is deep, I don't know. During the time of election, so far as my own knowledge is concerned, they are made very newly and form the things. But certainly, I would like to expose these things in front of you. All those ministers who belongs to other party, their entity is quite different, and now they become unique and fight, and they got the result of winner as a NPP. But actually, I would like to mention Mr. J Kumar. He belongs to Congress party, and when the ticket was allowed, he rushed to the NPP. The same manner, Mr. J Kumar also trying to get ticket from BJP. Unfortunately, he didn't get it, so he come that way. Likewise, other 2 people, Mr. Letpao Hawkib, Mr. Khaisir, they are also the same manner. The question is, they are independently working, but their coordination is, I don't know, and they are blaming to the present government, though they get the birth of 4 cabinet. Mr. Nani have already mentioned you, and why they are not satisfied, this is a question mark, and even a little boy
Okay.
can also ask the thing. We have providing everything what we have, but they are not satisfied. In the meantime,
Okay.
particularly I am mentioning Mr. J Kumar, his arrogantness and his so-called open-hearted,
Okay,
let
okay.
us say like
Hold
that,
your thoughts.
or maybe
Right.
he is a kind of man.
Right. Samarjit, please hold your thoughts. Since you have mentioned Mr. Y. J Kumar Singh, let us go to Y. J Kumar Singh, the NPP leader and former Deputy Chief Minister directly. Let's listen from him before we continue the debate. Let's go to Mr. Y. J Kumar Singh, NPP leader, former Deputy Chief Minister. Okay, Mr. Y. J Kumar Singh, welcome. First of all, my question to you, Mr. J Kumar Singh, are you still the Deputy Chief Minister of Manipur or not?
I couldn't get you. I'm no longer Deputy Chief Minister. I'm ex-Deputy Chief Minister, as you know. I've already resigned from there.
Okay, you are the ex-Deputy Chief Minister. You have already resigned. Now, you were 4 NPP MLAs in Manipur. And now that means all 4 have severe ties with the Biren Singh-led government.
Yeah.
Okay, now what was the trigger? Why did you all resign? The main reasons. What are the main reasons?
See, the problem it has become very difficult to work with him. The style of governance, etc. And the way things are being run, and the way his government was targeting NPP, and in particular all the 4 of us, which made it very difficult for us to function. So in short, that's the main reason why we decided to sever our relation with that government, and that we don't support.
Okay, now you see, things change dramatically in politics. Is there any chance now of you and your colleagues returning to the government?
No.
Okay, clear no there from Mr. Y. J Kumar Singh. Now, you are firm. That means the NPP has already taken a decision not to return to the government led by Mr. Biren Singh.
Yeah.
All right. Now, you see, yesterday the BJP saw the victory of its Rajya Sabha candidate when the government was supposed to have been reduced to a majority. What is your take on this?
I think, first of all, you must understand how it was possible, how it was feasible. Yesterday in the morning, there was an order passed by the Speaker in respect of those 7 Congress MLAs against whom the Speaker's tribunal was processing the disqualification process. You know that out of the 7, it is the same sequence of events by which they tried to join this BJP. Out of those 7, 3 were made, and 3 were not disqualified and declared to be Congress MLA. 3 were disqualified, and 1 was against 1. The case was kept pending. It was mainly with that it was able, and then another thing, this Trinamool Congress MLA who was with us, he was also disqualified without giving any notice, without being heard. Things which is totally against the, legal jurisprudence, etc. That was resorted to. That was the main reason why they were able to win that thing. Anyway, you know that Rajya Sabha MP election, the 10 cell is not attracted. So people could do bit of cross voting, etc., etc. That is the thing there. But when it comes to the no confidence motion, that thing will not be. That thing cannot be done. That thing will not be feasible. Those three Congress newly declared Congress MLAs, they voted in favor of the BJP candidate. But in the floor casing, they will not be able to do. So, as it, a war is not won by just winning a battle. There are still 2 more battles. We have moved a no confidence motion against the speaker. We have also moved a no confidence motion against the government. Let us see how that is. These 2 motions are handled and the outcome of it.
Okay, Mr. J Kumar Singh, I'd request please stay on the show. I will go to Mr. Hamid Chandra, but before that, very quickly to Samarjit. Mr. Samarjit, you have heard Mr. J Kumar Singh, the NPP leader, very strong words he has used. He has said that, instead of targeting the Congress, the BJP has been targeting the NPP and so on and so forth, and he was very confident of winning the no confidence motion.
Mr. Wasbir, what our Mr. J Kumar said, I am not denying, but let us see when the right time and appropriate manner and appropriate area and appropriate formation.
Yeah.
If they demand, then we are ready to challenge of their demand. But talking like that and loose cannon cannot be solved the problem. We are also making same as they are also. In the meantime, different type of people are make together a bunch of flower is okay. I didn't say that they are not such a things, but in the meantime they are demanding this testing on the floor or whatever, blah blah, what they said. Let Her Excellency the Governor of Manipur, Srimati Nazma Heptullah, will decide the matter
Okay.
and put the
Nazma
matter
Heptullah
in the assembly
has
also.
to first
Otherwise, how can
Right.
how can I say it?
Right.
Because
let me hold your
strengthen
thoughts.
at the floor is the democracy way.
Right. Hold your thoughts. I'm coming back once again to you, Mr. Samarjit. Let me go to Mr. Hamid Chandra. Mr. Hamid Chandra, do you think for the sake of the state and the people, this whole political impasse should be resolved sooner than later? Do you think now that the governor should call the special session of the assembly as soon as possible without delay? What is your take?
Absolutely. But before coming to that, Wasbir, let me put a little, I'll take maybe 2 minutes, just to maybe 30 seconds to put things in perspective. I've had the humble privilege of having served as the Speaker of the Assembly also. And you have to dissect the 2 issues at hand. We have just heard, the Professor Tiken, the BJP president, and the spokesperson. Professor Tiken was still sounding a bit okay about hue and cry and all that. The spokesperson, unfortunately, is totally mixed up about a lot of things. I think he should speak responsibly at these kind of forums.
Please come to the point. Please make your point.
Yeah, coming back to the point, what I'm saying is that the Rajya Sabha, the election to the Rajya Sabha is a totally different matter. Absolutely. And the no confidence motion is a different matter altogether. What we are concerned about is the manner in which things have been done. Let me not make it very difficult in terms of, let's not talk about the 10th schedule, let's not talk about the constitution and all that. Let me put it in a very simple man's, layman's, common janta's word. Ye to jiski lathi uski bhais. This is a, muhawara in Hindi. In fact, you have to follow natural principles of natural justice. How can you send notice at 12 o'clock in the night and disqualify somebody in the morning when the speaker himself had said that he will take up the matter much later? He did not disqualify somebody for 3 years. He didn't act on it. Suddenly he sits for 3 years. Then suddenly he says that I will take up the matter in the morning. And look at the case of, forget about even the case of the seven Congress MLAs. Let us put it aside. This case has been pending for a long time. The issue of, the non-compliance with the court orders is also an issue. The High Court had barred these people to come in. Anyway, the main point was with just one moment. The main point is how can you just in a similarly situated situation, out of the 7 people, either you disqualify all 7 of them, either you make them you make them vote, either the same principle of natural justice has to be applicable to all 7 of them. And much more glaring is the case where Mr. Rovindro, the lone TMC, MLA, he was not even served a notice. He was not even served a notice. You talk about the Nirbhaya case, the gang rape case where the man was convicted to be hanged. He was on death row, these convicts. They were given a chance.
Okay.
Look at Abdul Qasar.
You have made your point, Hamid Chandra.
Mr.
Hamid Chandra.
Yes,
you have made your
finish this.
You have made your point.
I have made my point, but if the custodians of the law, we are not talking about the Rajya Sabha seat. We are not talking about toppling of government's ministerial boards. We are talking about propriety. Today, where is the constitution? Where is the law? Where is the natural justice?
I will come to Mr. Samarjit for a response. Mr. Samarjit will respond to you. But before that, quickly, let me go to Professor T Kendra, the Manipur BJP president, on the NPP issue. Professor T Kendra, Professor T Kendra, one of your important alliance partner, the NPP, 4 MLAs and all 4 were ministers. They had quit the coalition. My question is the Manipur BJP in touch with the NPP to resolve the issue? Is the issue resolvable, or you have reached a point of no return? Professor T Kendra.
They have taken the decision unilaterally, so there is no room to have a discussion with them. They have done their own part, and we are just facing the election, and we have won. After having won the election, whatever has come up to say such things, this is something that is a common phenomenon in politics.
Now, Professor T Kendra,
let them do whatever they like.
Right.
We are ready to face.
Okay. Now, Professor T Kendra, the BJP camp, the ruling camp in the Manipur is still very confident that it will be able to overcome the crisis and that it will be able to defeat the no confidence motion. What is the source of this confidence? Where is this confidence coming from?
Yeah, I have full confidence. I have full confidence that if such things, that is a confidence vote on the floor of the House, then we'll certainly win.
Okay, but we have very, very senior Congress leader, Mr. Hamid Chandras, former speaker, on my program. He has just said it is not a question of winning a Lok Sabha election or losing a Lok Sabha election, being in the government or being out of the government. That is not the issue. What he is saying, what the Congress leader is saying, is that, it's a question of propriety. Now, the BJP has been accused of making a mockery of the 10th schedule, making a mockery of the anti-defection law. Professor T Kendra, how do you respond?
That is only mere allegation. All the allegations should not be taken to be true. When it has come to be proof by a competent authority, then they can say this, all the things. Otherwise, what is the meaning? What is the value of saying this, all the things? They are just making fun of these things by saying such and such unfounded things. So what was going on inside the house, what was going on outside the house, and what was doing before some days back, everybody knows it. When they come, they are defeated, they have started crying, such things. So I have no doubt, I have no hesitation that please come at the proper forum, please come at the proper place, proper time, and let us see. People will come to see these all the things.
Okay, let me quickly go back. I have to go for a short break, but let me quickly go back to Mr. J Kumar Singh, the NPP leader, former Deputy Chief Minister. Mr. J Kumar Singh, so are you confident of bringing in a new government with the support of the Congress and other friendly allies?
Yeah, definitely. We are very confident that we will be able to form the government.
Okay, now do you think Governor Nazma Haptullah will convene a special session of the State Assembly for you to go ahead with the process?
We have already met yesterday, we met her, and we have also submitted the reason why, the reasons why we are moving the motion of no confidence against the government.
Okay.
And I requested her to fix up the special session to carry out the trial strength. She said she will examine the legal aspect and all these things. Anyway, I expect that she should be convening a special session shortly.
One more thing, Mr. J Kumar Singh, is, the NPP in Manipur now is with the Congress, the NPP in Meghalaya is with the BJP. Don't you think there is a contradiction there?
See, yes, definitely there is contradiction. In Meghalaya, Congress is the opponent of the NPP-led government there. But then you see, things differ from state to state. We have tried to work out our relationship with the BJP government to the last extent. And the things became, as I said, BJP, instead of targeting the Congress in Manipur, it was targeting the NPP. And even it was Mr. Biren had openly said that after that Rajya Sabha MP election, he will drop all the 4 ministers of NPP. With that sort of posture, it was impossible for us to work with him. So that's how it happened.
Now if the situation demands, if the NPP central leadership tries to convince you all to rejoin the Biren government, will the NPP in Manipur, form a new party or join an existing party? Will you defy your central leadership?
See, as far as NPP is concerned, we have got very good understanding. We have got very good equation with Conrad, and Conrad understands also. He also knows the compulsion under which we were forced to leave the BJP-led coalition government. So I don't think such a situation will arise in the state of Manipur in respect of NPP Manipur State Unit.
Okay, so that situation will not arise. That was Mr. J Kumar Singh, the NPP leader and former Deputy Chief Minister, talking exclusively to Northeast Live after resigning from the Biren Singh government. I'll go for a short break. Don't go away. When I come back, I'll be joined by senior AICC leader, former Minister, Mr. Ajay Maken, and I'll go back to BJP spokesperson, Mr. Samarjeet, and Professor Nani, and of course, Mr. Hamid Chandra, top Congress leader, standing by in Imphal. Don't go away. I'll be right back. Welcome back. I'm now joined by Mr. Ajay Maken, senior Congress leader, former minister, currently camping in Imphal. Basically, they have come to oversee the political situation and give support to their party cadres and leaders in the state. But of course, with their own request, they are currently being quarantined at a facility in Manipur capital, Imphal. Mr. Ajay Maken, welcome. As I said, you are camping in Imphal. You are at a quarantine facility that you have yourself asked for. My question is, what do you make of the BJP victory in the Rajya Sabha polls in Manipur? The government is supposed to be in a minority, actually.
Well, my simple answer to this question is plain and simple mathematics. Mr. Ram Madhav himself has said in one of his tweets that Congress got 24 votes, and the BJP got 28 votes. So that it totals to 52 votes. And what is the strength of Manipur Assembly? 60. So when the total strength is 60, will the Rajya Sabha elections, should the Rajya Sabha elections be decided on the votes of just 52 votes? Isn't it not subversion of democracy? Isn't it not subversion of popular vote, popular mandate of the people? Isn't it against the popular wishes of the people of Manipur? That is what we are fighting against. And for this, I am here in Manipur, knowing fully well after seeking permission from the government.
Yeah.
And myself, it is a self-quarantine and paid quarantine by my party in Manipur. So I have come here to support the people of Manipur in their fight against the mismanagement of the state government and manipulation by the BJP to form government at any cost.
Now, Mr. Makan, do you think the BJP winning the Rajya Sabha seat before the no confidence motion takes place in the State Assembly is actually a setback to the Congress and its allies in Manipur?
No, it is not a setback. This is something which is again manipulation, which is now we are going to head the court. Yesterday also we had filed before the High Court. Today also we are going to decide how to take it further. But here the question is, if suppose the will of people, the power of ballot, we always used to think that in democracy this is supreme. But if will of people or power of ballot can be overturned by the institution of speaker, so for what why people will have confidence in democratic systems? Why people will have confidence in voting? Why people will go for voting if they have a feeling that even if they vote a party to power, still they can be subverted, some other party can come and take over. So this is the biggest question which we are fighting for. This is the biggest thing which we are fighting for.
Okay. Now, I'll not drag you. This is for long. This is my final question. So, what are the options before the Congress ahead of the no trust vote? What are some of the options before you now?
Well, we have asked for a special assembly session, and we've asked the governor that no confidence motion should be allowed to be moved by the Congress party. And
right.
We are sure that we'll be able to defeat them on the floor of the House. Meanwhile, as far as the Rajya Sabha election is concerned, and the way the Speaker has picked and chosen, there were 7 MLAs, Congress MLAs case pending before him. And out of these 7, he has himself chosen 3 and rejected 4 of the Congress MLAs since they were supporting the Congress party.
Right.
Yesterday morning, suddenly the TMC member was disqualified without even being served a notice for disqualification. Such things have never happened in the past. I have myself been Speaker of Delhi Assembly. I have myself presided Lok Sabha number of times. I have been a senior Union Cabinet Minister, but never in my life I have seen such misuse of the office of Speaker as it has taken place here in Manipur.
Mr. Ajay Makan, thank you for speaking to me on Northeast tonight. Ajay Makan there, camping in Imphal. Let me ask this question. Let me pose this question to both Dr. Arambam Noni and Mr. R.K. Samarjit. First to Dr. Arambam Noni. You have heard the Congress leader making a point. He says that the BJP is now saying that the Congress won 24 seats. Sorry, the BJP is now saying that the Congress won 24 votes and the BJP had got 28 votes in the yesterday's Rajya Sabha election. The total comes to 52. Now the question which Mr. Makan is making, how can you have a Rajya Sabha election with 52 votes when the strength of the House is 60 minus 1 disqualified, the strength of the House is 59? Dr. Noni, is it a peculiar situation that you have a verdict with just 52 people?
Right, I think that's a very valid question. I think the tug-of-war has just begun, I think, because you see, there are 2 issues one can understand here. There are 2 significant judgments given by the courts, particularly 21st January 2020, the Supreme Court had come out with a version and telling the Speaker to take a decision within 3 months, which actually did not come, except disqualification of 1 Congress MLA, which means now the strength of the House is 59, 59, as you rightly pointed out. On the other side, 8 June 2020, the High Court of Manipur again told the Speaker not to come out with any verdict before the Rajya Sabha elections. Now, it did not happen. Before the elections, the Speaker took a decision to disqualify in a selective manner. So therefore, I think it is true that the Congress is really concerned with the kind of anti-defection law that has been seen and unfolded in Manipur, which is a very, very rare and peculiar way of using 10 schedule. I've been arguing in my writings that 10 schedule has got a lot of loopholes, and I think the Speaker is trying to use the loopholes of the 10 schedule like anything. And that leads us to the second level of the problem, the legal tug-of-war. So I think it is the right of the opposition party to have no confidence motion in the House. For the sake of democracy, they must be given a chance so that they
Right.
can, if they can prove the majority in the
Okay.
House, otherwise it's okay.
That
However, I
is
feel
the normal
that
practice. I'll
the
come back to
tug-of-war
you.
is just going to
Right.
start.
Right. I'll have
Yeah.
to come. I have to cut it short. Before going to Mr. Hamid Chandra, once again, Mr. Samarjit, I think let me take the party view. Of course, I'll go to the party president on a different, broader issue. But before that, with the specific question which was raised by Mr. Ajay Maken, 52 of the MLAs have only voted. So 7 people have not voted. So how can you have a clear verdict? Is it something wrong there? Is it acceptable? That is the question which the Congress is raising, Mr. Samarjit.
If they raise this question, as a spokesperson, I should say it, Honorable Speaker of Manipur, Y Kumar Singh, doing the see all the legal papers, and he is decide to do it, not to do it, and it is should be done it. He have already done it. What are the lacunas are there? He know better than me, because the tribunal court means assembly is also a tribunal court. He is a judge. He know what to do and what should not to do.
All right.
In the meantime, I ask a question to Mr. McCain. See, they are purified as a Gangajal water like Congress. What about the situation happened last year in Karnataka by their own speaker? On those days, that speaker have done a lot of mischief. Those congressmen, their own itself resigned and joined to another one. He already disqualified all those things. Do you remember, Mr. Wasbir?
Let's have
That is
Hamid
also a
Chandra
kind of
and
thing. So this
Samarjit on the
tug-of-war never
screen.
ended.
Yeah. Yeah. But Mr. Hamid Chandra, serious allegations leveled by Mr. Samarjit against your party. There he is given the Karnataka example.
I don't even want to respond to this guy because he's totally, I think in the first place, his facts are totally wrong. And he's, I think,
No, let's respond to the question.
Let's not get into it. He should focus on the issue. The Karnataka issue is a totally different issue than what it is here in Manipur. There's not even the remotest, connection here.
Yeah.
See, let me not lose focus. Your time is limited. So what I'm saying is that what I'm just complimenting, I'm not repeating what Makanji has already said about our stand and our principles. The fact remains. I mean, it's not even about who gets disqualified, what happens, what doesn't happen. It's all about the constitution. It's all about the law. It's all about what is going to take place.
Yeah.
These Rajya Sabha elections will keep coming and going. MPs will get elected. Governments will come. Governments will go. But we have to be defenders of we, as a custodian of the House, what the Speaker has done. Can you even imagine? Such a thing was not even thinkable in the modern democratic way. That is worrying us.
So is a long legal battle on the cards, that means, from what you are saying?
Absolutely. We have the highest faith. It's a question of time. It's a question of time. Mahabharat, if you remember the Mahabharat war, it was a war between the Panch Pandav and the 100 Kauravas led by Duryodhan. Eventually, truth will triumph. It takes time, definitely. But I have the highest regard in the judicial system of the country, and I'm sure this is totally illegal, unlawful, unconstitutional, and I have not even an iota of doubt that the court will strike it down in the first place. The Rajya Sabha election is totally unlawful. This will be struck down by the court. This is my belief. Because it was illegal.
We'll have to wait and watch. Let me quickly go to.
Let me finish. That is the tragedy. That is the tragedy because we have to wait and look at what has happened in the last 24 hours. It is abject murder. It's abject. How can you just get somebody out? Without even hearing him, without even giving him an opportunity to be heard. That's what happened with the Trinamool Congress, MLA. And look at how the speaker has proceeded.
But let's go to a broader issue. I'm coming back to you, Mr. Hamid Chandra and others. Professor T Kendra, let's go to a bigger issue. why, okay, forget about the NPP MLAs, they belong to a different party. It is not a rare for coalition partners to leave. That's fine. Now, why did your 3 party MLAs resign? What was the problem with your 3 party MLAs? A lot of people would like to hear you on this.
That was their personal problem. Because I am here in the office as the president of BJP state unit, they did not come to me and even explain anything else. And just they have taken the decision and just went to the Congress camp. Is it true? So disciplinary action had always been taken against them. I had expelled them for a term of 6 years for indulging in anti-party activities. Even then, they don't come to me and they don't explain. They don't take the opportunity to discuss the matter. So what can I do for this?
Okay,
this is disciplinary action purpose.
Okay, the BJP in Manipur has expelled the 3 party MLAs for 6 years. That is a disciplinary action that the party has taken because they have already quit the party on their own. Now, Professor T Kendra, you know, there are a lot of speculations that several Congress MLAs had voted for your candidate in the Rajya Sabha election. Would you say that the Congress in Manipur has split? Is it true that several Congress MLAs are going to join the BJP and that they are in touch with you? What do you say as the party president?
That is, I don't like to go up to that point because there might be something else. But I also don't like to reject these all the things. Come what may, we can see these all the things. Because we cannot anticipate these all the things. Because they are just leaving their party and coming to us, or we are just receiving them. This is something which is the thing which we cannot say in anticipation.
Right. Dr. Nani, your final comments. I'm running short of time. I have to come to all the panelists once again. Very briefly, Dr. Nani, what is going to happen in the days ahead? Do you think the ball lies in the governor's court? Because first of all, for this no trust to happen, to take place, the governor has to actually convene a special session of the assembly. Do you think the governor may not also call a special session? Do you think that is a possibility, or she cannot do that?
Wasbir, before that, I think I just want to put one proposition. Both Congress and BJP are the parties which are struggling to keep their house intact. Because we really suspect that cross voting has happened already in the Rajya Sabha election yesterday, which means the 2 parties are going to struggle a lot to maintain their strength. Number 2, the governor is expected to convene a special session as per the demand of the Congress party and its alliance members. And I think, as I already pointed out, it is rightful claim on the part of the opposition party to demand for a kind of special session and to have a no confidence motion. Number 3, lastly, I want to say, and I've been saying, that there is a real legal battle to be opened up. I think it is just beginning to open up. And I think the future of Manipuri politics is going to be filled with a lot of legal issues, because the election that has happened yesterday, that is Rajya Sabha election, and the manner in which Speaker has played out 10 schedule, I think these are all subject to court and legal battles ahead. So that's what I want to say.
Okay, Samarjit, you are prepared. Are you happy with the no trust idea, because that will settle the crisis once and for all? Or do you not want the no trust motion? What do you want actually? Would you be happy to have the no trust motion so that this crisis is over? Doodh ka doodh, pani ka pani on the floor of the house? Kya kahenge?
Mr. Wasbir, since for the last 48 minutes I'm watching everything and hectic the reaction and both sides, and as a spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, I would like to say something which is in common. Jo jeeta wahi Sikandar. Let us see, either in the court, maybe in the floor, and we will fight like anything. No doubt, nothing is there, and one thing is there. Everything is fair in between love and war. What we are doing is a war. Therefore, I don't want to mention any kind of Astra Shastra or Mahabharata or blah blah blah. Those people are coming, they will be ours. Those are going from our side, they are our enemy. This is the fight in between enemy and friend. Those who are coming, something, they might be also hurt. We are lost something, we are also hurt. But let us see, fight till end. That is the main point what I am trying to say, and focus at your own special TV show, and let us see which way the wind will blow up.
Absolutely. Let's wait. Let's wait and
my
watch.
friend Mr.
Let
Nani
me.
verdict is also people's verdict.
Okay. Well said. Well said. But let me go to Mr. Hamid Chandra for the final comments. Jo Jita Wahi Sikandar. And the BJP is saying that this is a war. Everything is fair in love and war.
That's the sad part, Wasbir. That is the problem. You cannot tell the blind man, what is light. So that is that. I'll put it that way. And he has used that, that Jo Jita Sikandar in a very, very bad context. So anyway, let the people judge about what he has said it. I will not go into it. My final thoughts here, in a nutshell, in a very brief way, is that eventually the truth will triumph. It will take time. We have to restore, confidence in the system, in the constitution, and these are aberrations. These kind of people will come and go. But I think the constitution will stay. The law will stay. We have the highest regard in the system. We cannot lose hope in the system. We cannot lose hope in the system.
Absolutely.
If we lose hope in the system,
we have to have. There is a system, we have to have faith. Sorry, I am running completely out of time. I am running completely out of time. But
let me finish the final words are that the Honorable Governor has no choice. She is bound by the Constitution. No confidence motion will be carried through, and we will sail through also in spite of all the difficulties. Cross-voting, no cross-voting, those are issues. But eventually the court will, I think, in its wisdom, will declare this Rajya Sabha election null and void. And I think, to my mind, in a very, very, in the near future, in a very short period of time, Manipur the people of Manipur will see justice prevail.
Justice, people of Manipur has to get justice. They have to get justice. That is the end of the day. At the end of the day, the Janta is king. The Aam Aadmi is the king because they are the voters. They elect the government. But in this whole game, whether Jo Jita Wahi Sikandar is fine, but at the end of the day, we have to also look into the fact that the people have voted certain MLAs based on their own choice. And now, if those MLAs shift from one party to the other at the drop of a hat just to hold on to power, that is something which is the bigger issue, I think, which is the people will have to introspect in the days ahead. It's not a question of the immediate issues, but yes, the crisis has to be resolved so that the governance in Manipur is not affected. On that note, I thank all my panelists for participating in this very engaging discussions and the viewers for watching the program. Good night and goodbye.